Entschuldigung. Jetzt bitte. Entschuldigung.
Hi, Bernhard. Bless you.
Hi, Carsten. Thanks.
Okay, now we want to show our graphics performance a bit. And I'm here connected via the new RDP client to a desktop. And you see here, I'm using shortest path. I'm locally connected to the machine where we just installed our application. And you will show the same to the other machine from your location over Azure, over the gateway. So first, let's open Task Manager. And we see here, we have our GPU here. And we have multiple applications that can use GPU. So we have installed the Heaven benchmark. I have another one, a newer one from Unity, or how they are called. And there are also some webgl samples in the internet. And we start with this one. So here's a URL, and you have different applications here. And I like the blob one. So when I click on the blob one, they use OpenGL, and you can specify how many blobs there are. Currently, there are 10, and something with a resolution. So for me, that looks really smooth. And we see here we have 30 frames per second. So
yes, so have a look at the network bandwidth that you are using. And if you change the resolution, right, it will become a little bit smoother then. And right now, I mean, it's interesting, right? So you're sending 4 megabits per second. So your bandwidth, yeah,
it's okay, right?
Is okay, is pretty used. I mean, it's depending on what you're displaying, what the resolution you have, right? It may change maybe a little bit. Not looks good.
Yeah, it looks good. It's
from that perspective, right?
So we could try other ones, but we don't want to prolong this thing. So I will start Heaven. I love Heaven. It's very old, I told you already. And here we can test different APIs. So we have DirectX 11, that's hardware support we need, or OpenGL. So I go with DirectX 11. I run and we will get an error because he wanted to create something, full screen video mode. He can't, but it will open a window. And here we see it's loading. Maybe I move it a bit over here so that we can see our bandwidth is still well, it's going down, but it's not doing much in the moment. And I go to benchmark here, so it will start fresh. And then I have only 15 FPSs. Yeah. We had 30, but we have a little bit problem with the license server in the moment.
Yeah,
so
we are about an expiring demo license. So the first day that you try out these tools is they give you full performance, but after some reboots, they are sort of getting you down, leveling you down. Anyways,
that's true. So we have only half the GPU performance. We had some minutes ago still 100%, but now we are limited.
Maybe it's only for a certain time that the virtual machine is on, right? So the system would be capable of more. However, the process is you put the license in the right folder. It will be picked up. So that means you need to have outbound connection to reach the NVIDIA license server. Then, if the license is okay, you get a small status at the bottom. I think I have the screenshot, so I will blend it in when cutting the video.
You will show it, right?
Yeah, and then you should see the performance, at least maxing out your NVIDIA GPUs. Nevertheless, how much performance your system or the application drags from the CPU. But yeah, and basically it's sort of a limitation of what the hardware can do then, and the network bandwidth that you have available, right?
So I will just show if I can use it as a normal user. Yeah, it will show it. Here is the NVIDIA.
Yeah.
NVIDIA SMI tool with -Q, a small one. You see here the information about our CPU. And if we go down, yeah, we have the license status for the vGPU. We need the virtual workstation license here, not the virtual PC. And it's unlicensed and it's restricted.
So remember
we
when
are
we
limited.
did, when we did this a couple of minutes ago, it was showing unrestricted. So you may have the unleashed performance for just
Some minutes.
reduced amount of time, right? And it also throttled me down to 15 frames per second. So, you know.
Yeah, but I think the video is still nice. It wouldn't.
Yeah.
It's not a video. It's a rendering of 3D objects.
Yeah.
So it's still nice to see. It's very smooth, but we could have more than 30 frames per second if it wouldn't be throttle us down. So, but still, for me on the screen, it's nice. So maybe we can switch to your screen and you show us the same experience. Yours is also throttled you are on the other virtual machine. Maybe we see how it's going through the Azure gateway, because you are connected from outside of the network, right? So should I switch to your screen?
You can switch over, and I have the blobs window open, right? So you see similar frame rates, 15 frames per second, and you see that I'm on the other host. The performance looks also quite nice, I would say. The only difference is, that I do have different latencies, right? Because my round trip time is higher, as I need to traverse or to get back to you, and also to reach out to Azure probably. I mean, it might be interesting to see, from the resource monitor thing, to which IP address the client talks. So maybe we'll cut it there, and logging on as administrator.
And maybe you can show heaven also, just for the experience, how smooth it is from over the Azure gateway, because I'm quite fascinated how well it works. I think for running it remotely, it's quite smooth. There are a little bit. No, I think it's good. What do you think?
Yeah, so depending on the network speed and I mean, it's always difficult to record something that is, producing video stuff, right? So there are a lot of things that, might slow down the system, network bandwidth, processing power, whatnot. But yeah, it's working relatively good. I like it as well, right? So if we would use other tools, we could show other different graphics performance, CAD design tools or whatnot in order to play with it. But it is, I think, a good alternative solution for providing VDI-based desktops with a decent power on premise.
Yeah, I would say that concludes our small segue into GPU partitioning and using them in our AVD environment, and you can also use them in terminal servers if you want to. So GPU partitioning is not only possible with AVD. You can just use it outside of AVD. So, but it's of course helps a lot if you need graphic performance and special applications in your desktops. Yeah, Bernhard, I think we are done with our AVD series, huh?
Yes, so hopefully this was useful for you guys. We had lots of fun. So maybe we'll see each other somewhere in the future or on any forum. So hope this was useful. Take care and bye-bye.
Bye-bye.